All right. So, what is up? This is Pretty Link. So, name's gonna be changing for the channel. Probably since I'm gonna be focusing more on model stuff. But fix my camera here. But I'll also probably still do gameplay. But as you see right here, I have a machining Krieger kit that I pre-built and it's been primed, but I'm cleaning it up. There we go. As you see, really doesn't. There we go. There, it's more centered. And see, rescribing the panel line here. I need to run some extra thin cement through here to clean up the panel line scribing. But hold on, I'll show you the box. Here, oh boy. Here's the box. It's a Fireball SG Intruder, and it's two kits and comes with two kits. Wait, oh boy. Definitely need to get a better arm, I think. But here are the water slides, or water decals. All really nice on the registry here. Very thin. I think all usually does a pretty good job of that. And since you get two kits in here, you'll have more than enough to do two kits plus still have leftovers. Like here, if you bring it closer, you can technically read the text for the most part, but the registry is good on them. Your assembly instruction sheet tells you assembly. Then the actual manual here. I really need the colors here for the ones. We got neutral gray, Mr. Hobby 53 neutral gray, Mr. Hobby 71 middle stone, Mr. Hobby 74, which is duck egg green, Mr. Hobby 12, which is flat black, Mr. Hobby 33, which is russet, and then 116, which is RLM 66, which is black gray, but they don't give you a Mr. Hobby equivalent. But most likely you probably have it. And then what's pretty nice is if you're really into the machining Krieger kits, they come with well, at least this kit one came with a inlay for a binder that gives you information on each unit, though it's mostly all in Japanese. It is a kit from Japan, so you can't expect it to be in English. But yeah. But here is the other one that I built with the kit. This one is in better condition. Okay, the panel lines were adhered better, and seam lines were removed a bit more efficiently. I mean, some places could still be a bit better, but still good enough, though. Basically, it's waiting. They're both waiting for paint, but this one I'm cleaning up, rescribing panel lines, learning new techniques. But yeah, this is if you want to know what primer I use, this is Vallejo's gloss black primer, and then their gray primer misting over it, and then it's had a lot of time to cure and rest like mums, and it's become sandable. So if you prime properly with the Vallejo paint, you can sand the primer. You can sand it. And the proof is in the fact that I was able to. So, trying to do this. I don't exactly have a scribing tool, so but I do have this, which is came with an old hobby knife set I had. We come with a couple of different heads and stuff, so I just took a little bit of masking tape because this is too thin to fit into here, which was a bit thicker, which holds things tighter. But I'm using this as a scriber for now, and it works for the most part. And was taking it and then just running it through the panel line carefully, trying not to go outside of the panel line. Otherwise, if I do that, I have to go take my sanding sponge and sand back, which can be. Sorry if the camera's shaking. It's the stand I'm using. Just carefully run it through. Like so. And as you do that, it makes the panel line more open. But you'll need to take some Tommy extra thin in the end and let it run through the panel line in order to melt the plastic back a bit so it's not as rough. But as you see here from me scribing, and actually in the front, if you take a closer look, you can see where I wasn't exactly the smoothest. So I'm hoping is running the extra fin through here should maybe help make that a little bit more cleaner. Again, one of the mistakes I made definitely when building this is not taking care of all that work before attaching the antennae here, this piece, and like all these little pieces, and then the arms and legs and all that. But, you know, it's a learning experience. This was my first machining Krieger kit. And it was so cheap that I don't feel too bad about making a few mistakes. So that's not too bad. Oh, God. But yeah. Oh, it fell over. I gotta really fix this. Why? Oh. Oh, no. Don't want it like that. But yeah. This was pretty much made out of milliput. I had made a bit too much for a previous project I was working on, so I decided to mold something out of it. So I molded a horn, and I took it to a scriber, and I did, it's running through. Hold on, focus. Come on, there we go. Running it through, just trying different things. Not really sure much I could do here. I mean, it's not too fun watching me rescribe the panel lines on this where it needs to be scribed. I mean, maybe some people want to watch that, maybe not. I don't know. But I do want to do kit unboxings eventually. Hopefully I should be doing my first one within the week. Okay, within Friday or Saturday, if not next week. I actually have 2 kit orders coming in. One that has more than 3 kits, and then one that has 1 kit. So, and the next project from that will probably get an unboxing. Most likely. Actually, I want to talk about, well, I do want to talk about the Revell enamel paints here at some point. I might make a video specifically on these Revell enamel paints and what I've experienced with them. I'm actually going through some tests with these, trying to say, if you're wondering why it's not English, it's a different language. I live in Germany, so most of the products I have will be in German. So, yeah. And I'm not even sure if you can get the Revell enamels even in the US. You might be able to. Wow. Copyrighted 2016. Jeez. But I have things to say about these. But I don't know if I want to make the video exactly on these just yet. I haven't done all my tests yet. So far what I've done is scratch spray quality, durability, like literally durability. It's pretty damn durable. You literally have to get your nail down in there to scratch this paint, or take a sharp object and really dig it in there to get it. I mean, sanding sponge will do it right here, as you see, but this is actually black paint, enamel Revell paint right here, that I used to prime it. Because originally what I was doing was I was doing a trying candy coat, which I did the procedures right, but I used flat black paint instead of a gloss black paint, which you should be using gloss black for candy coat. So that was my mistake. I mean, it's still technically kind of a candy coat, but it's not as shiny as it should be. And then also right here, Humbrol here, enamel. I've used this paint like once. This is the German logo, the German sticker over it. So it's all in German, but under it is the English original labeling. But I have some beefs with Humbrol paint. Specifically, well, technically, it's not really, I don't really have beef or not. I brush painted this on instead of airbrushing it, because the kit I didn't have my airbrush at that point. But this is metallic. MET. At least I believe that's what the MET stands for. I don't know how Humbrol really does their shit. But, so I want to try airbrushing this to see how it goes. Let's see. Other paints I use are, well, Vallejo. I really like their Mecha paint. As well as Army Painters paints. Those are really nice paints too. Of course, got the good old trusty Tamiya, which is like paints I really love. Don't have much of them, but these are paints I really do like. I do have access to their enamels and lacquers here in Germany, lucky enough. But this is their acrylic, which is really good stuff. I got a big old black jar of black here. And then I also have Mr. Hobby. This is the acrylic one. I don't have any of their lacquers available on me currently. Actually, right here might be. No, this is water-based as well. But this is another paint range I really like. Heck, so. But those are the paint ranges I use. I mean, I'm willing to try other paint ranges too. So, I'm not just like, That's, completely biased towards paints. I'll try whatever. Like I said, I have Revell files. I have an Army Painter hobby knife here, which is pretty much worn off. I've had this for about a year or so, and it's been heavily used. I need to buy myself a Tamiya one at some point. These are Lighthouse sanding sponges. This is actually from one of my local model store I like to go to occasionally. Train and play. But they've moved locations, and the new location isn't as easy to get to as it used to be. So I tend to make more of my orders online from online stores. Especially since my usual preference for modeling is more, Gundam sci-fi kits from Japan and animes and based off games and stuff like that. Those are what I like. I've done a few, scale models here and there. But I seem to really prefer this, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is just kind of a one-off. I guess before I really end that, I do like to paint miniatures as well. This is actually a miniature from a tabletop game called Infinity that I like to play with my Mrs. Significant Other. Again, these aren't painted yet. None of these Infinity miniatures I have painted yet because they are metal and they're very, very small, so I haven't gone even attempts to try to paint these yet. I do have some Games Workshop stuff. 40K, Warcry, Sigmar, or wow, I can't think of Massmore. That's another game that's really fun to play. But I can't think of the Gang War one. His name, though I haven't played that yet. So I wanted to paint the miniatures, but that was when I was kind of like into GWs, but then kind of realized that their prices are ridiculous for their miniatures and everything, and then all the books they need. Like, I'd rather just buy a board game that has everything you need right in the box. Yeah, there might be an expansion you can get. You don't have to. It's just easier because then you don't need to worry about making terrain and having a storage space to store all your army and the books and all that. When you don't have a lot of space or a dedicated place to store that kind of stuff, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Space I could use for those such things I use for model kits and things I actually care about. Doesn't mean I won't like to buy or paint a miniature here and there. I just don't know if I'll ever buy any more or miniatures from GW, because their prices are freaking ridiculous for their miniatures. Especially, I mean, like 50 or 60 fucking bucks for a single one miniature is asinine. Literally, in my opinion. I'm willing to pay 50, 60 bucks for a master grade, a Verka, a Kotobukiya kit, you know, something like that. Not a small little miniature of a little man. That's just ridiculous, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my opinion. The people that, you know, are into it, you know, are willing to pay those prices for them, good on you, go for it. It's your choice. Again, like I said, I'm not saying that, you know, it might not happen. I might buy one, I don't know. I don't foresee it, but you never know, who knows. I might go into my local game shop and they might have some for dirt cheap. Maybe I'll pick them up then. Because there's another shop I go to that I buy supplies that is actually still in range. That's easy to get to, called Fantasy Inn. And they sell tabletop games, miniature games, dice, card games, manga. They don't sell figures. But they do sell wargaming stuff, tabletop gaming stuff. Stuff like that. So they're good for, you know, that supplies. Since I on the board tabletop gaming, it works. It's a perfectly good store. But yeah. Okay, I think I've rambled on enough. Yeah, 21 minutes I've rambled on for. I have enough. All right.